G'day, it's Pondy here. Just following up with a review of the Pioneer SPH-C10BT head unit. Yeah, so it's a pretty good looking unit. You can see there, you've probably seen videos of it. I think it looks really good. But on the physical side of things, I was a bit disappointed that there's no rear USB slot on the unit, because I was hoping to run a charge cable from the back and then still be able to use the front USB connector for any other purpose. I had some troubles pairing it at first. Like, I could pair the Bluetooth device, but the app wouldn't recognise it, and I played around with it for about 15-20 minutes, walked away, and then came back the next day and it just worked. So yeah, don't know what was going on there. Yeah, so I'll fire it up, just using it here with the Pixel 2. Usually connects first go, like I haven't really had a problem with it. There you go, it's auto connected. So yeah, as far as the app's concerned, I've done a couple of attempts at this review, and every time I've talked about how bad the app is, but I've thought about it since then. It's actually not that bad, but it could be so much better. So yeah, I was on my Pixel 2 here. I'm a Google Play Music user. The thing that annoys me the most about this is there's no album art on there. You can just see it has the logo for Bluetooth and the name of the phone. I just don't understand why that's not in there. It's like a missed opportunity. This app could be so good if it had that. Oops. Put on auto rotate as well. So yeah, you don't actually need to use the cradle. The cradle is pretty good in it. I'll have a look at that in a sec. I've got it mounted on a magnetic unit here, so you can run it sideways. Yeah, so as far as the app goes, yeah, there's no album artwork in there when you're using Google Play Music. I'm pretty sure it's the same for Spotify as well. I'm not a Spotify user. Some of these buttons don't actually work. So the message button doesn't work. Phone button does, but yeah, I don't think it's really that handy, because when you actually go to dial someone, it just takes you back to the standard Android dialer, which isn't really good for driving. It'd be good if it could launch the Android Auto page instead of using the default non-Android Auto dialer. The voice commands, I haven't really been able to use that successfully yet. It doesn't use the built-in Google voice commands. It has its own voice commands. The maps seem to work pretty good. It just fires up Google Maps. You can change that as well. You can change through the source as well. I haven't got the FM radio hooked up because I've been a bit lazy. I've just got one of the RCA ports connected to the auxiliary port on my factory head unit. These two parts of the interface here, you can change that to a analog clock. This one here, you cannot change at all. It's fixed, which I think is another missed opportunity. But when you start drilling into some of the settings on there, like the audio settings, they are pretty well done, I think. So there's a whole heap of different presets here. You can go into custom, detail. You've probably seen this on videos where you can change the equalizer curve. That sounds horrible. Yeah, and then you've got these other settings here. It's super Todoroki sound. I haven't really figured out. It's a different kind of equalizer, I think. The audio settings, you've got your fader, balance, etc., which is pretty well done. Works pretty well. You have to save and load the settings, bass enhancer. There's some advanced settings there which I haven't really played around with either. The themes, they're okay. I wish there was a bit more customization. And it changes the colour of the display on the unit as well. Let's go in there. There's some live wallpapers as well. This is probably the best one, I think. You can also change the colour of the accents, but you can't actually change. I thought you'd be able to change these accents here. That would look really cool if you could split the colours, but it's all kind of one colour, which is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, that's about it. So one of the guys was also asking about the cradle. The cradle seems to be pretty good. It just doesn't suit for where I'm using it here. It's a little bit tight, so I'll just turn this off and just show you that. You do actually need to remove the face to get it out. Doesn't give you any more functionality. It's just a physical holder, that's all. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty sturdy. I can't imagine your phone easily falling out of this thing, even if you're driving your car really hard. It's pretty good. And you can rotate it that way. It's fixed. Yeah, just I'm not using it because it doesn't work for me. Some of the other things I found with it is the battery life on the app itself is it impacts the battery life of the phone really badly. I found the first couple of days when I was using it, it was still running in the background and just chewing the battery. So I'm using Android Pie. I've had to limit the use of it in the background and also stop it from showing notifications because it kept having pop-ups saying that the app was running and that it couldn't connect. The streaming quality of it seems to be really good. At first I thought it was using aptX HD, but it's not. But it does sound pretty good. It's got two RCAEs out on the back of it. I am at some stage going to rewire it straight into the factory speakers rather than going through my head unit. But at the moment, not doing that. Yeah, I mean, the app annoys me that they haven't got the music artwork in there. I keep going on about it, but it's really annoying me. Apart from that, it's okay, but it could just be so much better, and I haven't had an update. I've been using it for about 6 weeks now, and I still haven't received another update from Pioneer, so I've used another one of their head units before, which had like a custom app, and the same thing in Android. It never got an update, and the functionality was half not working. This seems pretty good, but it could be better, so hopefully they do send out another update for it soon. So apart from that, I mean, you just need to be aware as well, you can't use this head unit without your phone to actually control it. There's separate volume buttons on here, but you need to have your phone to be able to use it, really. I've also actually stopped using the app itself. I usually have it configured to fire up Android Auto when it connects, just because album artwork and the phone interface is better. The Google Maps seems to be a bit better as well. Yeah, album artwork, there it is. Yeah, so I hope you guys find this review helpful if you're making a decision on whether to buy it. It is a pretty cheap unit, and I've seen the price drop even further since I've bought it, so yeah, there's probably better units out there, but for my use and my budget at the time, it was pretty good. Cool. If you want to know anything else about the unit, just drop me a question on YouTube and I'll try and get back to you and answer it. Cheers.